Everybody thinks you need to be rich to buy a Lamborghini, but honestly, I don't consider myself quote unquote filthy rich. I didn't come from a wealthy family, nor did I hit the lottery, and I wasn't making millions and millions of dollars. So how did I end up buying a Lamborghini? Looking back, it came down to 5 major mindset shifts and decisions that completely separated me from the average financial path. Number 1, I set up my foundation first. I didn't just one day have a crap ton of money and my point A to point B goal was to just go get a Lamborghini. That's not what I did. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they're spending their money way too early. The second they finally make some money, they instantly upgrade their lifestyle, and that is not what you want to do. As soon as people get a new source of income, a raise, they start to go buy a new car, they start buying designer brands, designer clothing, expensive apartments. But when I started making real money, I didn't immediately go into all luxury. I never thought to myself about going from 50 grand to 100 grand to 150 grand. I thought to myself, okay, this is what I'm making right now. How can I be a multi-millionaire? How can I be a billionaire by the time I'm dead? So here's what I did. As soon as I started making my real money, I didn't immediately go in all on luxury. Instead, I focused on building up a foundation. So what that means is I bought investments, I bought ETFs, stocks, index funds. I paid off my condo, which was really hard, but that was what I did first. I didn't just make a lot of money and go buy a new car. I put that money into a property or into an asset that I knew would never go down in value, and it would do quite the opposite. And now that condo is 3 to 4x today what I paid for it way back then. Honestly, this was probably one of the most important financial moves I've ever made, because once the foundation is strong, everything else in life just becomes a whole lot more easy. Not even just getting the car, but even setting you up for getting your next house, for getting closer to just being financially independent. It sets you up to do all that. But of course, today's culture is quite the opposite. You have to go out there, go buy the next biggest car that you can get. So you're in this never-ending rat race of just trying to impress other people. But as soon as you can walk away and step out of that at an early stage in your life, then you'll come flying back with a Lamborghini 5 to 10 years down the road. My number 2 was I focused on becoming a valuable person. So let me explain this one. Before the Lamborghini, I honestly wasn't even obsessed with the car at all. I didn't care about the V10. I didn't really care about Lamborghini. I never would have thought that I'd be getting one, to be honest. I thought it was something that was very, very far out of reach. But what I did care about at an earlier age or 10 years before I got the Lambo was just being really great at something that I really enjoyed doing. When I was a teenager, one of the main things I wanted to do was become the best DJ for Indian weddings or weddings in general. And then 5-10 years after that, the next thing I wanted to do was become the best YouTuber teaching BMW tips and tricks. Both of those pretty much came true. And during those times in my life, I didn't really care about the car. I became obsessed with just being good at something I enjoyed doing. And then by doing that, by becoming the best at those 2 different things, the money came roaring in after that. So I wasn't chasing the Lambo, I was chasing skill, I was chasing value, and I was chasing on becoming the best and most impactful in the industry. And then the money, again, just eventually followed after that. And then after that, the Lamborghini also did too. The car became a result of the journey. The car itself wasn't the journey, it was just a byproduct of the other 2 things that I was doing. The number 3 I would say is I learned how to multiply money. So a lot of people only know how to trade time for money, but eventually I realized saving money alone was not going to be enough. You cannot save your way to a Lamborghini. Yes, you probably could, but for a lot of average people, that day may never come. Or you may be 55, 65 before you do. So the skill that you have to learn how to do in order for that Lamborghini to come quicker into your life is going to be to learn how to invest. I talk about this in my program right down below. The link is all right down below. If you want to learn my exact path, you can scan this QR code if you want. Check that out. But investing was what I did. So I did a ton of research into stocks, index funds, what compounding interest is. If you don't know those terms, I will almost guarantee you will never get a Lamborghini. Though these are things you have to learn no matter what. And you can't make any excuse about not knowing it. You have YouTube, you're watching this channel right now. Go watch another investing channel and figure it out. Over time, the money itself starts working for you. And that's whenever everything begins to scale differently. You start making money in your sleep, It becomes addicting. Once you start making more money from your side hustle, and then your side hustle is making you money in your sleep, you pretty much crack the code in life, and then now you can start going part-time at your main job and then slowly seesaw out. The Lamborghini didn't just come from one paycheck. It came from years of stacking income, investing, reinvesting, and compounding. Number 4 is a big one. A lot of people make this mistake, probably over 50%, but I stopped living paycheck to paycheck at an early age. Once you kind of learn about the power of investing and how it can affect your life 5 to 10 years down the road, you start seeing life and money in a different way. You start seeing it in a sense of, if I spend this $1 today, it's actually not costing you $1. If you were to invest this $1 20 years down the road, it's costing you probably over $1,000. So once you kind of learn that, you naturally start thinking twice about your spending. But this is one of the biggest traps that people fall into. A lot of people make decent money, but every dollar disappears immediately. It's constant spending, constant going out, constant upgrades, constant lifestyle inflation, and because of that, you never really get to build the momentum financially. Even today, even though I have a $300,000 Lamborghini that I'm driving right now, my daily car, my humble car, stealth car, is a Honda Civic 2022 with over 90,000 miles. And I absolutely love the car. But it goes to show, even though I have a Lambo, I still prioritize my investments, my business above everything else. I still live below my means. And by me living like this, even right now, I'm setting myself up to eventually have a garage full of 10 Lamborghinis down the road, a $10 million house down the road, and it's because of the steps that I'm doing today. I still focus on becoming financially stronger first. That delayed gratification changed everything. And finally, number 5, this one's a big one. So whenever I was thinking about getting the car, I didn't think to myself I could afford it. I knew that I could, but even that, I've asked myself a question on top of just affording the car. And this is what a lot of rich people do, wealthy people do, smart people do, financially savvy. They ask themselves, if I make this purchase, how exactly can this purchase make me more money? This channel that you're watching right now, I've been working on it for about a year now. I currently only have 950 subscribers, which is really, really sad. But what if I told you that behind the scenes, I'm getting an enormous amount of watch time behind the scenes. Each view that I get per video is about 5 to 6 minutes long. And what a lot of people don't see behind the scenes is how much I'm going to be getting paid through this channel that's about to hit 1,000 subscribers, which also, if you could help me out with, I'm about 50 subscribers at the making of this video from hitting 1,000. So if you're getting value from my channel from this video, please subscribe to the channel. But when I was buying the car, I asked myself, how can this make me money? How can it create opportunities? How can it get me out the house to go network more? How can it help me build my brand that I already have? So it wasn't just a means of transportation. It became a content machine. I use this car every week now to make content like this. I use it for branding, for networking, for business exposure, for motivation, for experiences, and a big one is going to be audience growth. So certain Lamborghinis can hold their value surprisingly well if they are bought intelligently. If you're just getting a brand new car, first year model, I personally do not recommend that at all. You always want to get a Lamborghini that is toward the end of its era, and if you combine that with a special edition one, the value of that Lambo is going to go way, way up. And then before you know it, your Lamborghini that is quote unquote depreciating asset is actually going up in value, and it's your new investment account on wheels. But I never looked at it as pure money disappearing. I started to look at it more like a passion asset with business potential attached to it. And the same mindset was carried through this whole journey, even from whenever I would just have the Honda Civic all by itself. And honestly, that is probably the biggest lesson that we could all learn from this. A Lamborghini was never really about the Lamborghini. It was just a byproduct of other skills that everyone needs to master, and that is discipline, delayed gratification, investing, building up your skills, being able to be open to learning new things, and also setting those systems up over time and making money in your sleep. That's the part that people usually don't see.